Since beginning the renovation of our watermill in the south of Portugal over a year ago, we have not left our land together. And after living as happy rolling nomads for the past 8 years, we were in need of a new adventure. Aw, van life. Cheers. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin. Guys, as much as we love witnessing the transformation of our watermill into our first home, we are literally here every single day.
Working our tails off, organizing teams. I'm ready for an adventure.
Let's do this.
Let's go. Welcome into Iceland.
And welcome to our return to van life for the next 3 nights. This is going to be our rolling home.
Our adventure mobile.
Our first time to Iceland was 2015, which was like 9 years ago.
And we did the entire circumference of the island, the entire ring road.
It was so unforgettable, and we were just dreaming of the day where we got to return. So when Iceland invited us back, we couldn't resist.
3 days in this camper, and they're gonna be epic. Let's go.
Welcome to the inside of our camper.
This is a 3-person camper. We're feeling luxurious. There's just the 2 of us.
And this bed is where our bed gets, did I say bed? This table? This table is our bed. Well, sort of.
I think we're gonna eat here and sleep here.
We also have a little kitchen and a cooler, and that's about it.
Cool.
That's really cool.
It's really spacious. Last time we were here, we were in a teeny little camper, so this is epic. All right, let's go. Can't climb through, can you?
No, well, you sort of could, but it'd be weird.
Van life!
A lot of the campgrounds we were told might be closed because we're a little bit early for season. We're here at the very beginning of May. So if you guys are thinking of coming to Iceland, like summer is really when things are popping, but we like being here when it's a little bit quieter. And inside scoop, if you go to the campgrounds when they're closed, you're still allowed to park and sleep there. There's just no services. So I'm not sure if we'll be having any hot showers for this leg of the journey, but we arrived last night at like 1 a.m. and slept in a hotel right near the airport, so we got to shower. We could also see the orange glow of the magma from Grindavik volcano as we came in for our landing. And this is what it looks like during the day. This is from the 24/7 live cam that's on YouTube. But have no fear, we would be steering clear of any flowing lava, and instead, we would be turning our wheels towards the south coast. Because with just 3 days, we knew that we could pack in a ton of sights, including one of our very favorites from our first Iceland trip, Diamond Beach. But it would be a 300-mile trip to get there. Let's see what happens.
Oh my gosh, this feels so cool just to get going again.
Look at how fun those lights are.
Go touch. All right, first stop.
The grocery store, because food can be extremely expensive. This morning, I was desperate for some blueberries, paid 1,700 ISK, which is like 10 bucks.
I don't think they grow blueberries in Iceland.
I know.
But they do in Portugal.
Note to self, bring blueberries from Portugal next time.
Huh. Some bread. It's also crazy, like the names.
It's true. That's about $6 for bread?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's 5 in the back, 5 in the front.
Weird.
I guess they do them by the tens here.
Cool. So many flavors. This one is coffee vanilla. Skyr yogurt. It's so thick. And look at that. So delicious. Look at all of our Skyr. Ooh, Drew found the candy aisle.
Ooh, that looks crunchy.
And look at all of the licorice, guys. All of this. They really love their chocolate covered licorice here.
Oh, yeah, the salted ones. little factoids about driving here in Iceland is that there's no tolerance. The speed limit is what it is. You can't speed or you're going to get a ticket if you go over the posted amount. The other is you always have to have your lights on while driving, daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter. In fact, right now, it doesn't get dark till about 10 p.m. and gets light again at 5 a.m. And then, of course, there's many days in the summer where it never even gets dark at all. Wow.
Color of the water.
It's like aqua blue.
We just get to drive literally right up to it. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Cool. Following the beautiful teal blue waters and the signs along the road, what we had accidentally discovered here was Svartifoss, the most voluminous waterfall in the country, with the second highest water flow in all of Europe. Moving as much as 1,500 cubic meters of water in the spring, it sits in Iceland's longest river, the Fjordsá, at 230 kilometers long. Gosh, it felt good to be living on the road again and embracing the unknown.
Something that we absolutely had to stop the van for on the side of the road was say hello to the Icelandic horses. They have the most beautiful manes. We couldn't have picked a more beautiful day here. I'm so surprised by the warmth of the sunshine right now. Like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Day. What a day. Yeah, it's really coming down.
At least it's hail. It's dry-ish.
You never know what it's going to do out here.
Always be prepared. And always have a good attitude.
This airplane better be good.
Wow.
Wow.
There's something so surreal about seeing a plane wrecked on a snowy black sand beach.
That is really amazing.
Wow.
Wow. I learned about this right after we were here the first time, so it's pretty cool to actually be back here. It's one of the sites I really wanted to come to.
We can go inside. This epic plane wreck on the black sand beach in South Iceland is from a 1973 U.S. Navy DC plane that apparently ran out of fuel and crash landed.
Babes. I wonder if anybody survived.
Fortunately, everyone on the plane survived. There's no cares. And later, they discovered that the pilot had simply switched over to the wrong fuel tank. But it's pretty amazing that they've left the remains on the sand 2 miles down a snowy black sand road so close to the sea. It was truly unlike anything else we had ever explored. We had more fun here than we could have imagined, especially given that it was hailing the whole time. It's a way to get rid of the crowds.
Yeah. Come during a storm.
Got a place to ourselves, basically.
We really had no choice. It was just next on our route down the road.
That's how it works. Make the most with what the weather gives you. Iceland is the land of fire and ice. It felt very appropriate to find ourselves playing in such an unusual setting.
Which seat would you like? I think we got seat 13A and B.
I'll take the dry
No,
seat.
you don't want 13. Row 7. Amazing, this black sand.
From the mountains to the sea this morning. Leaving only footprints and being given so many incredible, unimaginable, colorful, and diverse memories, our second time to Iceland was already proving to be so different from our first. And so we had no time to waste en route to our next destination. We've just made it to the town of Hella, and we wanted to show you what the signs look like when you arrive to a town. And when you leave a town, it's the same sign but with an X through it. Drew and I have both been saying how much we're enjoying just driving again.
You know, it just feels like such different things on our eyes. Like we haven't seen snow and mountains and vast distances since living in Portugal. It's just steep contrast.
And just so you guys can see, there are a few potholes on this road.
Yeah, we're bouncing along.
Whoa. Are we sure we want to take this road?
Good thing we got high clearance. Can you say that? Kirk Bar Jarka Luster?
The words are so weird and long. Tongue twisters.
I'm exhausted.
We are 17 minutes from the largest waterfall in Iceland. Very excited about this, especially because we're going to get to see it on a sunny day, and I think we get wet at this one. Oh, horsey! Wow. And there's the waterfall we're driving to. It's crazy. Despite the fact that this sign looks confusing, all of the sites around the island are very well marked. And here we're about to experience the magic of Seljalandsfoss, the contender for Iceland's most famous waterfall. It is so gorgeous. And you can loop and walk around the whole thing, which is what Drew has already started to do. Let's go, guys. Ah, definitely getting a little wet. Wow.
We're behind it. How you doing?
A little slippery, but this is amazing.
So worth it.
Wow.
We could go all the way down by the water. What a moment. There's a whole class back here.
At least all the way around.
Oh, this is gonna be the really wet part.
I know. But we're doing it.
Get a pep in your step. Ah! Ready?
We gotta run through the waterfall. Ready?
Ready, set, I love you. Come on.
They tell you to wear a raincoat and water shoes, and we got none of that. But the sun is warm. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, that was fun.
Nothing like that.
It was invigorating. As much fun as we were having, it was hard not to miss our 3 fur babies back home. This was the first time we had both left our land since arriving there over a year ago. But luckily, we had found a wonderful local girl to feed them morning and night, and she sent us updates every day. Mama.
No, I miss our kitties.
Me too. Cheers to
Minu, Tom,
Baby
and Baby.
Yeah. And for Root for watching our kitties.
Yeah, thank you, Root, so much.
So much.
Muito obrigado.
See.
And one thing I want to say about your cooking skills is that you like to use usually 5 ingredients, maybe less, in a single pot. It makes cleanup that much easier.
And you eat out of the pot that you cook in.
Washing up in the same pot you just ate out of?
I am.
You went to the bathroom and got some hot water, didn't you?
Yes. What a day. When it comes to travel, one thing that is absolutely essential is finding an easy and affordable way to stay connected wherever we go. And thanks to Airalo, the sponsor of today's episode, we can enjoy global data connectivity without needing to worry about surprise roaming fees or spotty Wi-Fi, thanks to their eSIM technology. An eSIM is basically just a digitally embedded SIM card, which means you no longer have to fuss with a physical SIM card or a Wi-Fi device. And how it works is so simple. First, you download download the Airalo app. Then you purchase the eSIM plan that works best with your travel plans, specifying where, how much, and for how long you need it. Plus, Airalo gives you the ability to track and top up your data as you go. And once your eSIM is installed, which should only take a few minutes, you simply turn on your eSIM and connect to the internet when you arrive. It is that easy. Plus, most devices will allow you to keep your primary line on too. And with a super responsive support team that's available 24/7, 365, Airalo is truly the best travel companion. And right now you can use our link below to download the app. Plus, using our code MMAdventure3, you can enjoy $3 off your first eSIM purchase. Now, back to finding ourselves a nice and quiet camping spot for the night. And luckily, with the sun not setting until 10 p.m., we had plenty of time to enjoy the ride.
Look at that, there's a boat in the side of the hill. That is unique.
Cool.
I wonder if it got washed up there.
We were just saying how grateful we are that we're doing this part of the island, because last time when we did the ring road, we spent the least amount of time here.
And we get to double back on this, so not only do we get to see it this evening going east, but we get to turn around and come back and see it going west.
For now, we look for a closed campground. Just when we thought we weren't gonna film anymore, we got the heat cranked up too. Our little trees blowing.
The situation this morning.
Good morning.
Water's boiling, eggs are around.
Trying to get to the clothing, but we slept really well.
We did.
Wow.
We made it to the campground in Vic.
Because we arrived so late at what, like 10:30 or so, we were grateful that we found a campground that was closed, because it's like free camping. And we're amongst, like over in that area, there's probably 50 maybe or so other campers. So it feels like we're wild camping anyway.
We're right up against this beautiful wall of moss.
And luckily we don't need showers yet, so we're not stinking and driving like our campervan says. It says, don't worry, be sexy on one side, and don't stink and drive on the other side. And we're like, what does that even mean? Are we all stinky? Because all of the vans say that.
Stinky vanners.
But we don't. We smell quite good, actually. Like fresh lemon.
You're probably wondering how cold it got during the night here, and lucky for us, our Kuku camper had a heater in it, so we had it on a low setting, which just took that like freezing chill out of the air.
Oh, the water's ready. We brought our little espresso maker. Makes it a lot easier to have good coffee in the camper. They said that it will recharge while we drive, the heater.
Yeah, they said it takes about 3 hours. The alternator tops up the battery that's separate for the heater and the amenities here in the house part of the camper.
Aw, van life. Cheers. Cheers. Crazy bird sounds.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, you heard that? Grateful for another full day on the road, we continued our eastward journey along the southern portion of Iceland's awe-inspiring ring road. We just stopped for a little bathroom break, and check this out. We are at one of the glaciers. One of the things that I love so much about Iceland is that, like, you don't know what's around any of the corners, but there's always something amazing, unexpected, gorgeous, wild. Somebody playing in the water.
Wash your hands.
Oh, that's a good idea. Woolly fringe moss. So that's what that is. It can be as thick as 40 to 60 centimeters, which is like...
It's 2 feet.
That's crazy.
So unique.
Anything like this in my eyes.
Yeah, may tiny fairies live amongst that. Door's open.
Your door.
My door.
Cute little house, all snuggled in. An Icelandic watermill. Look at that little beauty right there.
This is the old bridge that got taken out a long time ago by the flood.
In 1996, there was a huge glacial flood that I believe had like 45 square meters per second of water that just took out the bridges and the roads. And luckily since then, there hasn't been quite as dramatic of a flood. But this area is experiencing a lot because of climate change, and that's the entire reason that the Jökulsárlón Lagoon exists. Those beautiful icebergs that we're going to see soon here today are all pieces of glacier that have broken off and are floating in the ice melt. But first, we turned our wheels towards Europe's largest glacier, the enormous Vatnajökull, that covers more than 8% of Iceland. And so we headed to our first Icelandic national park. Vatnajökull. Try to say that 3 times fast. First up was a little hike to Svartifoss, a dramatically unique waterfall surrounded by hexagonal basalt columns. Our loop actually goes to the left of it and around too.
Whoa! We found ourselves in the middle of a river today.
The best view.
The best view. It's so cool how the trail's made out of the same rocks that were below the waterfall. That's basically the whole basalt columns. They used them as the stepping pads.
Cute little house down by the stream. Reminds us of home and how grateful we are that once this trip is done, although we are like very present and very happy to be exploring again.
This is so good for our souls to be in a new place right now.
But we are so grateful that we have a place to call home that we get to return to.
That too.
And our kitties. We are those people right now.
You are those people.
Out on the nub, overlooking the waterfall. Can you blame us? Look at this. This is unreal. And this is that same peak over there, the highest peak in all of Iceland. Over 2,000 meters high, which in feet...
It's like 6,500 feet.
Whoa. Woohoo!
It's pretty great. You gotta touch the water. Yeah. Wow. We just walked beyond a couple markers that were back there that shows the year, and this marker right here indicates 2010. All the way back here. It's insane to see how far back it is. It's melted over time.
Really sad is that you can no longer even see that tongue of the glacier at all.
When we were here last time, look how much it came down.
I know.
But on a happy note, we're going back to the van.
We've just arrived to Diamond Beach. This is the area where the Jökulsárlón Glacier has melted, and the chunks that look like literal gems on the black sand, or at least that's what we remember from last time.
We're gonna drop a couple of our photos from when we were here last time, and they were epic. We were even standing on some of the icebergs on the black beach.
It was just one of the most memorable experiences of our time here, and just being back is great, and it gave us a destination to return to, and so I'll be curious to see what it looks like this time around. Again, 9 years later. But let's go see what it's like nowadays.
Let's do this. Happy summer!
How exciting. Definitely a different kind of summertime attire though. As you might have guessed, the ice on Diamond Beach is constantly changing. Based on the tides and temperature, new chunks of glacier cave off and others melt or get washed away. Watch out! we learned that there is almost always a lovely range of diamonds on Diamond Beach. It's just that some days they're huge and some days they're smaller. But either way, it's always a special and spectacular place. I think that's as big as it's gonna get today. Still beautiful.
Yeah!
That is a lot heavier than it looks.
We wanted to get a closer look of the lagoon from where the ocean is back there, so we're doing a little trail traversing here, and it gives us a nice overlook of the entire lagoon. See that boat out there?
Wow, that looks cold.
Freezing water. You only survive a few minutes.
Happy summering.
I think this is one of the most amazing and unique places we've been on the planet. It's so unique, like just special, and it's always changing.
It's true.
Yeah.
Very special.
No place like it.
After celebrating our return to the place that captivated us most from our first time driving around the entirety of this incredible island, we turned the wheels of our Kuku camper west, guided by the long and slow glow of the setting sun. Stopping at the foot of the glacier we had hiked to earlier that day to make and enjoy dinner, only to hop back on the road with snacks and sights galore, deciding to sleep in the same peaceful spot that we had slept in the night before. But the next morning, it looked and sounded quite different. Morning.
Nothing like a hail wake-up alarm.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. All over our roof.
Wow.
It was like just sunny before that. We got a van cat. Little van cat.
I've never met an Icelandic cat before.
No, you're our first. Oh, you're so sweet. So sweet.
You are a cutie. You're such a cutie. Oh. That day, we made our way to the 200-foot-high Seljalandsfoss, one of the largest and most famous waterfalls in Iceland. Luckily, there weren't that many people when we visited, and after climbing the 484 stairs to the top, we meandered along the river, discovering even more beautiful waterfalls along the way.
Worth the hike every time.
So beautiful. From there, we continued driving west to our final warm destination for this van life leg of our Icelandic adventure. And yes, I said warm. Despite all of the snow and hail, Iceland does sit on top of a plume of hot magma that rises from deep within the earth. Hence why they call it the land of fire and ice. We drove to the trailhead for this hot spring that we can't wait to jump into.
Yeah.
But we have to hike along the Smoky Trail. It is a thermal river.
And we're gonna have to stay bundled till we get there because it is snowing out.
And then we're gonna have to strip down once we do get there. So trying to muster up the courage now.
Deep breath, and then we must go.
We'll see you guys there.
Let's go. When we were here last, they were just building these, so it's really cool to come back and see the designs and how they actually did it.
It's true, it was like undiscovered.
You can imagine on a beautiful day when there's so many families here and just couples and people just enjoying themselves.
Oh yes,
Wow.
This is the one.
That's probably 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, this is Goldilocks.
That's what you want. That's what we came for.
Yeah.
Beanie on?
My toes are so cold right now. Oh, let's do this.
Let's go. We got each other. Oh, which way are we going? Woo, doggies.
It feels really good. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you, warm bath. Wow, I can't believe we're like outside and in a bikini or bathing suit. This gloriously warm thermal water soak was exactly what we needed to slow down, relax, and reflect on all the beauty that Iceland had shown us thus far, and how much fun we had returning to van life in our Kuku camper. As always, it was a breeze renting from them, and what we loved most, besides being able to sleep with the heater on for 8 hours, was that it allowed us to explore as far as our wheels could take us, reminding us of why we fell in love with van life in the first place. Life without reservations, and an adventure with no end in sight. We look forward to sharing our next episode with you in this 2-part Iceland series.
So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next episode.
Bless, which is how they say bye here in Iceland. Bless, we love you.
Cheers.